from the previous video.
What the? Yo guys, that intro was... I like that intro.
It's false. It was always false.
Boom! How's it going, comrades? This is Wes, aka Dr. Fumus here with another reaction. Guys, we are on ReZero, season 2, episode 20. So, guys, this is going to be a very brief intro and outro. I'm getting somewhat of a late start, not like a super late start, just like a little bit of a late start. Plus, this is in the future, so you probably already know this, but episode 19 had a bit of an issue, so I'm gonna have to actually upload episode 19 onto Google Drive and have my reaction on YouTube. It's giving me copyright issues, so I really do apologize for that, guys. But again, if you're watching this video, you've already seen episode 19, so you already know. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. What happened last episode? It's a quick summary of last episode. Right, man, Amelia. Man, it was just sad. So we got to see the climax of Amelia's trial, her story, her backstory rather, and basically it's that everybody dies in the end. No, really, it's Fortuna. She Betsy the Goose kills her by accident. Like, well, not by accident, and well, yeah, by accident, but it was actually the Witch of Vanity who looked like I'm not sure if it was the Witch of Vanity that made him see those things, or because it seems like that's what she does, or if it was the witch factor, or was it a combination of both? But whatever the case, he basically kills Fortuna, which he didn't mean to. It drives him mad, and that's how he becomes the Betsy the Goose that we all know and love. Amelia wasn't having it, so she essentially was just like trying to her best to kill Pandora, and that's the Witch of Vanity's name, Pandora. Amelia was basically trying to kill Pandora, which she's unkillable. She's unkillable. I don't see her dying. I don't know how are you supposed to stop her? She can negate everything. Like she has control over reality. Like that's insane. Like she's OP. Like I don't understand like how she can even exist. I don't know. Like she's a god, a goddess. Like yeah, I don't know, bro. But yeah, Amelia, which is kind of like die, 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 just all over the place, just trying her best to kill her, but it didn't work. We found out that the Witch of Vanity then sealed away her memories of her, so that's how we know that's how Amelia lost her memories. And she after passing the trial, she kind of realizes that she wants to actually unfreeze everybody that she froze accidentally. Of course, the kid and said some mean spirited words to Amelia, but Amelia shrugged it off. And then we go back to Subaru, who goes to Roswell, and essentially, basically, from what I got from that scene is that Roswell, his book, it doesn't foretell Otto for some reason, and then also, Subaru wants to talk to Subaru wants to talk to Roswell about the true purpose behind the sanctuary, which I'm like, that's going to be an interesting conversation. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Disclaimer: this is not a substitute for the actual show, but rather a reaction. So please support the original creators by watching the show first, then come back for my reaction. Thank you. Now, let's get to it! What is wrong with him?
That seems rather serious. It's quite remarkable that you've endured this long without dying.
And who are you?
A kid that knew Roswell, or knew his ancestor. Oh, he's enchanted. Oh my god. Ew. And she's even she's touching the vomit. Oh! He just puked. Oh, look, stop. What is this?
Well, how was that? It was simply a way for me to suck out your mana directly.
Mana?
What you're experiencing isn't a disease. It's a magic release period.
Right.
Sorry.
Like Puck went
What?
through in the
It's
movie.
something that's extremely rare. I'm certain that nobody has ever truly accepted you because of it. But let me assure you that I completely understand your suffering. As one who's
Man,
experienced
Kidna a
those
freak.
feelings herself.
Like for real.
Please tell
Interesting.
me, who are you?
I'm an evil witch. One who still shows kindness, at least occasionally. And who might you be?
Wow.
Teacher!
All three of you are here? How nice. Have you been getting along and not fighting?
But of course.
One thing I noticed is that they always show her nose down. They never show her eyes.
It looks like
Why
you're
is that?
still a handful.
My, what a great expression, Beatrice. Your face is my favorite one. Well, second only to your mother's, of course.
Why do you blurt out odd things like that? You're just some lucky guy blessed with a modicum of talent and a good family who just happened to find the best teacher in the world, I suppose. Don't let it go to your head, weirdo. Miss Beatrice, I think you're only complimenting him.
Right.
Now, Ryuzu, if Beatrice ever bothers you again, just come find me and I'll handle it.
Oh?
I'll spank her pretentious and pampered bottom to teach her a lesson.
Your sadistic offer is wasted. This girl's never going to rely on you, I suppose. Now go on, tell him. Thank you, I appreciate that. If anything happens, I'll most certainly let you know. How dare you, I suppose!
Okay.
Rosval! Come on, Mother's calling for you too! It's urgent, I suppose.
Yes, I know. For it would appear he has arrived.
He has arrived. Who is he? Who is this?
I have confirmation. It's definitely him.
I see.
We should flee this place immediately. If he comes here, then our plan will most assuredly fail, and it would be impossible to start over.
The plans for the sanctuary are ready to an extent. Construction of the theory is complete.
Then, shouldn't we?
It's not enough. We're still without the core necessary for generating the barrier. And without that component, it simply won't function.
So all the work we've done will be... The sanctuary was just one step away from completion!
What? So what were they trying to accomplish by
Regarding
building the
this core
sanctuary?
you don't have yet. Isn't there something I could do to be of use?
Ryuzu.
I know. I've heard about it already. The only one of us who meets the requirements to be the core for Miss Echidna's barrier is me.
Did Beatrice tell you that?
Yes.
So
It is true. There's a rather strong probability that you could function as the barrier's core. But that would only be after your mana and the land adapted more to one another.
okay, sorry to pause it. That's interesting. So does that mean that like right now, like back in the present, when you see her in that thing, I was just assuming she was just in there so she could be preserved. But is she actually acting as like the barrier's battery, basically? Like an eternal battery? I don't know how I feel about that. That feels kind of messed up though. If that is the case.
Then I will go at once. Please have the barrier prepared, and call Beatrice here as soon as possible.
Should we consider leaving her in the dark about this?
No, if we don't involve Beatrice in everything, she'll most assuredly despise the both of us forever. Although that might well be the outcome either way.
Right. I'll consider your advice.
So they didn't want to tell her? Did they tell her? Damn. Get wrecked. Who is this guy?
Enough. Just stay down. Shut up. You're too noisy. You're annoying me. You pain in the ass. I'm tired and bored.
I have to stop you right here and right now.
I really hate all this. It brings me down so much.
Who
I'm
is
so
he?
sad, so distraught. This is easily the worst of the worst of the worst. Quite depressing.
Okay.
Damn you, devil of melancholy!
I hate that wretched name. It
Devil of-
crushes my spirit. Do you
Devil
think
of
I ended up
Melancholy.
like this because I wanted to for some strange reason? And
I
now your
think-
bones are crushed, your organs are splattered, and your heart is splintered. With that out of the way, I can now tend to other matters.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
well. I suppose it would be a stretch to say I made it in time.
Not at all. You're right on schedule. Your annoying pupil fought bravely to keep me here and buy you enough time to do whatever it is you're trying to do.
This hurts more than I expected.
Hey.
If you need a
Okay, I'm sorry to pause it. This is like also crazy and weird. He kind of talks like Roswell a little bit, like how Roswell talks now, you know, with the way he said trying to do. Because now that I think about it, this Roswell, the young Roswell, doesn't talk like that. He talks normally. And his get up, it kind of resembles Roswell a little bit, doesn't it? Well, a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. And his attacks, are they unseen hand attacks? And what did they call him? The devil of melancholy. So is Kenneth finna put in work on him? This is gonna be interesting. Let's see.
moment to cry, we can set some time aside.
You haven't changed a bit, have you? You're the same as when we parted ways.
She knows him.
And it would appear you still have no clue how to talk to me. You were so adorable then, I just allowed you to get away with it.
Yeah, see, he talks like gets away with it.
Miss Beatrice, thank you for everything that you've done for me.
Right, because they didn't. Beatrice doesn't really know
The moment's
what's
come
about to
say
happen,
goodbye.
right?
Hold on, goodbye? What do you mean?
Okay,
I
well,
have a mission. This facility has been prepared to place a barrier over the forest. I was originally supposed to activate the barrier at its core, but the time I have is no longer enough to do so. I don't understand what you're saying. If that man is interfering, You can't win just by fighting him. It's what the sanctuary is for. The reason Mr. Roswell sacrificed so much is because he knows that he won't be able to save Miss Echidna otherwise.
I see.
If we complete the barrier, we can protect this place. And for that very purpose, I'm offering myself. Getting to know you has been an honor. I offer my affection and gratitude to you, Miss Beatrice, over and over again.
Uh-oh. Y'all better hurry up.
And remember, I know they may be delicious, but try not to eat too many sweets. Thank you.
That's so sad.
Goodbye, Betty.
Damn.
The course of events has changed. Stop the people you sent to the mansion. If you do that, all of this can be reconciled. Understand?
I absolutely refuse, Subaru. I didn't come through these 400 years only to bend to such a minuscule change.
400 years.
If you
Okay,
think
so he
bringing in a
is.
pawn from outside the board and removing Garfield gives you an advantage, I'm afraid you're quite mistaken.
What was that?
Well, am I wrong? You always snapped rather vigorously at every outsider you encounter, but now you seem to have joined Subaru's merry little band of friends, haven't you? I'm honestly quite surprised at how quickly you changed your tune.
I spent 10 years holding on to a past that was full of pain, but I'm over that. I was finally able to face it head on.
Them no
Wait, you
Garfield.
confronted your past? Seriously?
Yeah, and I ain't interested in telling you what I saw or why I started following my boss. However,
Calls him his
since you have
boss.
such a snarky attitude about it, I'll tell you the one big reason I chose to side with him instead of you.
Tell.
Because rather than being with the one who told me to stay weak forever, it made a hell of a lot more sense to go with the guy who looked me over and said he needed me because I was strong.
There we go.
What?
You're ordinary, less than ordinary. What could you possibly do that would have an impact? In a sanctuary, no one can violate the feelings carved into you by time. No one! And that circumstance will not waver. My 400 years won't change. They won't be overturned by the likes of you. You are insignificant!
And that's because feelings don't change, is that it?
Of course!
Because you believed that for so long and
Okay.
see no evidence to think otherwise?
Yes, without question!
You
Okay.
need to take a closer look. There's more to see than just the weakness of feelings. What about caring for someone for years? That emotion's strong, as you know damn well. How can you see the frailty in it and not the power it holds?
Because that is my truth. Because it is what I believe! In the same way you find hope by having faith in another's strength, I believe in the end, everyone always remains helpless! They're so fragile that they're only capable of clinging onto one precious thing. Fulfilling their own desires or grasping for anything beyond that is
Interesting.
out of their reach entirely.
So
Of
that's-
that I am certain!
You shouldn't underestimate Amelia. Despite what you think, she won't go along with your ideas anymore. She's gonna overcome it all.
You really believe that's possible? She'll be stranded with nowhere to go, and her own regrets will crush her. She'll be sorry that she ever even aspired to make such a change, and she'll hold you while drowning in tears. That's what suits someone like...
Trying doesn't suit anybody, you inhuman bastard! And for your information, she's terrible at it! I've never seen a girl who sucked that bad at crying!
In the end, she'll be
Dang.
hurt and held in contempt. Such is the tragic fate of the half-elf.
If you believe there are things that can never change,
Oh, yo, look
then
at
we're just
Subaru
gonna
with
have
the
to
heroic
pound the
thoughts right
truth
now.
into you! My name is Subaru Natsuki! I am the Knight of Amelia, who's the silver-haired half-elf!
You and I are rather alike. In the sense that we both force our lofty ideals upon the women we love.
You believe in weakness. I'm someone who believes in strength. And as much as I hate to admit it, on that point at least, the two of us are the same. Let's go.
Yo.
That damned idiot!
Hey.
Allow me to welcome you back, Miss Amelia.
Wow. Wow, okay, that was a beautiful outro. Holy crap. Okay, so we got actually a good bit of information in this episode. So I wonder who is that guy, like that one that they're so afraid of, the devil of melancholy, because he seems to talk and act like the way Roswell acts now. It's kind of interesting. And so the sanctuary. So are they saying that the sanctuary was built for the sole purpose of protecting them from that melancholy guy? It was built for that sole purpose? In which case, is he still alive? Does he still exist? It's been 400 years. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. So I figured. So I was under the assumption that Roswell, that young Roswell, was actually an ancestor. So it was him 400 years ago. It's just that Roswell's also super old. How exactly? Because I mean, Beatrice. How is Beatrice that old too? Actually, like, how do they keep their age? Is it just magic? Like keep their youth as the age Amelia? I was assuming because she was frozen, right? Puck's a spirit, so for spirits I understand, but for Roswell and Beatrice, maybe it was just kind of like a vampire kind of thing. Like vampires just are able to like keep their youth some kind of way. So can they? I guess. Okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna look too much into it. I guess. So Ryuzu, she essentially sacrificed herself to become the core, the battery for the barrier. That's interesting. I really do hope that we get some more backstory on Roswell's story as to what happened there. I feel like they just teased it. That's all they did. And man, Roswell. So his ideal is just basically he's like if there's one thing you can count on, it's basically the weakness of other people. Everything else is uncertain, but he says that's the one certainty. Like, and that's why he feels so certain that Amelia would latch on to Subaru because he thinks of of Amelia as like it's weak, basically, and that like when things don't go her way, she's gonna latch on to Subaru. I guess that's his thing, and that's what he wants to happen. But Subaru's telling him like nah, like she's actually gaining new inner strength, which she is, you know. But I guess yes, Roswell ain't seeing that. He's just and yeah, like he's not even gonna call off the assassins that's going to the mansion. So so does that mean that like so it looks like Subaru because it looks like they're leaving now. So does that mean they're gonna go right out to the mansion to try to face the mid like what's the little girl name? Millie and then Elsa head on? Ooh, they bet bring Garfield. Bring Garfield. Garfield's gonna be he's gonna be a real great help. So I really hope it all goes well for him, man. But guys, yeah, like I said, I did want to make this pretty brief, so I will end the video. If y'all like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me a tremendous amount. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? I post Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. If you guys have any comments about this episode or the series as a whole that are non-spoilery, post them below. I'd love for you guys' comments. Also, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see me react to next, post those as well. I'm stepping at seeing I will too look at them. Till next video, I'm seeing nothing but mad love. Stay awesome. Deuces.
Fumble.